on this incredibly exciting day, we are gonna actually start planting. I have a variety of things I want to get into the ground here in our garden boxes. We are going to be getting our tomatoes in. If you recall, these are our Siberia tomatoes that I'm really excited about. These guys are more of a cool weather variety, so they will even fruit down to temperatures of like 37, 38 degrees. So really excited to get these down into the ground. We're gonna get our onions going as well. And then doing a little pruning of our pepper plants. And then I also have my Red Robin cherry tomatoes. So we got a little bit of everything going on today. Just getting down in there and getting everything out. Super excited. So hang with us today. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, or if you're new to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe and join us on our adventure today. I will be right back. All right, I hope you guys can see the bed okay. I'm doing this kind of solo here. So I'm just gonna talk. You may not see me, and that's okay. But what we're doing here is going to be planting our tomatoes here. And a lot of these leaves and stems I'm going to be removing. And before we put these into our garden bed here, I will be adding some of our Espoma Garden Tone at the bottom to feed these roots. This is a slow release fertilizer, which is fantastic for all of our vegetables. If you've been watching any of my previous videos, I have been using this with everything just to give them that extra added boost of nutrients and keep them fed all season long. Tomatoes are nice heavy feeders, so we want to be sure they have everything they need to get off to a great start. So like I said, I'm just gonna pop this out of here. Look at that root system. It's a little bit on the root bound side, and that's okay, but that looks fantastic. It's starting to get a little, we're just gonna pop all of this off here. And then we're gonna bury that down to about there. So we're just gonna dig our hole here. And tomatoes, you do wanna plant down nice and deep. Not sure if you're able to see if I bring this in. All those little hairs and fibers, the deeper we plant that, those will send off shoots to turn into roots. So we have a really great, strong rooted system. Again, to have a nice, healthy plant. And some of the leaves that I did remove, I don't know if you're able to see that on the camera there, a little bit on the yellow side. These are, you know, at the end of the nutritional value in this soil here. So they are needing a little bit more of the nitrogen there to get that nice green leaf going. I'm not too concerned about it. The top is looking very lovely. So get that going here. I'm gonna try to bring this in. I'm filming solo here today. I'm gonna show you my bed here. All right, so if you want to have a peek here, I'm just, you know, making the hole, and I'm not going to get incredibly deep hole, and because this is a raised garden bed, but I want to get this down as deep as I can, maybe even a little deeper, because I want to get this covered as much as I possibly can here. So I'll bring that down. And that's okay. And then before we put that in, we're gonna put some of our fertilizer in there. And then we're gonna tease these roots out here. A lovely root system. And we're going to backfill this in. I like to do it almost like a little mound. instead of it having completely flat, I tend to bring them up just a little bit. So it's like kind of flat around the sides and higher up. Almost like a, what do you call that, hilling. Give that a good push down. There we go. Excuse me. And then we're just gonna go down the line here. In this bed, you will notice that I do have other things going on that are sprouting up. Square foot gardening, if you've never square foot gardened before, is a great way to maximize what you can plant in such a small area. This is our first time growing in a square foot garden with a raised garden bed like this. And it's just exciting to see how you can companion plant your crops or varieties of things that work together to help deter pests, certain bugs, and that just work together to make your fruits or vegetables or whatever it is that you are growing together taste that much better. Yes, there has been correlation between planting tomatoes with onions for flavors and basil and so many other things. So it's really exciting as far as gardening goes. It's never just really a cut dry kind of thing. It's get out there and experiment, because things are just so much fun to do. I have been dying for this day to come to get things into these boxes here, so I'm super stoked. If you can't tell, super stoked. But we're gonna just keep going here. Like I said, things are coming up great. I will be placing stakes in here as well, not from the outside, but on the inside to help hold these as they grow. And then for our peas as well, because the peas, as they get taller, gives them something to hold on to support the weight of the sugar snap peas that we have going on here. All right, but here we go. Again, another beautiful root system here with this one here. Just looking really beautiful. You see how lovely these roots are. Again, it is a little on the root bound side, but that's okay. And just look at the stem here. Look at how thick and healthy that is, with all those little hair follicles or root follicles there. And same thing, we are just gonna prune this up. I had also heard when you are going to be planting tomatoes, let them just kind of sit and try to touch the ground a little bit. I don't know if that's supposed to stimulate the follicle growth here to develop more roots. I don't know. It's just a fun thing I've heard. I don't want to disrupt my carrots or my dill too much. So when I started out this bed here, I did already add some of the Espoma Garden Tone to it. However, again, tomatoes are heavy feeders, so I do want to add just a little bit more to give them that little added boost there. Again, I'm just going to tease these roots out just a little bit here. Now we're just going to backfill this here. That is it. Obviously, I still have quite a few other plants to go and do, and I need to set my squaring off of my square foot there. But hang with us. We'll be back in a moment. All right. So now I'm back. I have just finished squaring off this bed here so we can plant some more of our tomatoes in here. And I'm also going to be doing cucumbers in conjunction with the tomatoes in this bed. I have a whole nother bed here that we need to also square off. Okay, so my grid isn't perfect. I pretty much eyeballed it, but you get the gist of it. Each spot, you know, you can plant something in there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've got 20 spots in this bed here, which is fantastic. Well, I'm just gonna continue on with what I did in the previous bed over there. Just gonna dig up our spots, add some of the Espoma fertilizer to that, and then plant our tomatoes in. So again, I will be right back. Alright, so it took just a few minutes longer than again anticipated because I did have to, again, I need up the grid, pruned up all the plants there, and then added some of our Espoma Garden Tone fertilizer to the base, and just went ahead and planted up our Siberia tomatoes here. So they're all evenly spaced. They have their hills. Let's try and get in here so you can see better. Their little hill mound all along. So all that's left to do is go ahead and place my stakes and then give us all the really good water in. So we'll go ahead and get that going. I'm going to do the exact same thing when we get on over to my Red Robin cherry tomatoes. So I'll be doing the same thing here with the Red Robin cherry tomatoes. The only difference with these ones here is that these are a determinate tomato, so their size is already determined, and about how many tomatoes they're going to produce, again, also determined. So I am not going to be pruning anything off the bottom here because I want to save all that for the production of the tomatoes. I don't want to clip anything that's going to produce a flower, bud, or anything like that. So that's what I'll be doing here in this bed in just a few minutes. Okay, great. Hi, thanks for being back with me today. I got all of my Red Robin cherry tomatoes planted here. The nice thing about these is they're not going to get crazy big. They'll probably grow about maybe another foot or so, and they just bog down with lots of delicious cherry tomatoes. This is one of our absolute favorite cherry tomatoes. A couple other things that we are going to be doing today as well is I'm going to be planting our cucumbers and our bell peppers, and I have some onions as well to get going. I'm trying to just get everything going in our garden today. I'm super excited about that. Other than that, I'll be right back. All right, so we are back in our main bed number 1 here. We have some of our herbs planted. We did plant some of the Siberia tomatoes here earlier today. But now I'm gonna plant some of our onions. We have a couple of varieties of onions. We have yellow onion and we have Walla Walla onion. Again, if you've watched one of my previous videos, I've never grown onion for, say, the actual onion bulb. I've grown it mostly for the tops. Just snip it, add it to recipes as I'm cooking. Really, really delicious. But this year we decided, let's go for the actual onion bulb. So we're gonna give that a whirl here. So I'm gonna move these over. This is my yellow. My 2 yellow varieties, and these are my 2 Walla Wallas. So I'm gonna do like, I don't know, I'm just gonna try to give it a whirl here. Where is my trowel? My favorite little tool here. Where did I leave that? Found it. It was down a couple of beds away. But I'm just gonna open up the dirt here. I don't know how deep I should plant these. I'm just gonna give it a whirl here. I'm assuming you don't plant onions very deep, just because you want the tops to come up. I don't know. If you know, please leave that in the comment section down below. Let me know. Ooh, I can get this out here. This has beautiful roots on it. Look at that. I'm just gonna put that there and backfill that like so. Make sure we get our label in there. I like labels. I don't know. I sometimes will get confused when I plant things. Something I'm really good about knowing that I don't label, and other things I do label. There we go. Oh, don't want to put it on top of the carrots. Again, quite fragrant. Did you pause it?